Here we are back again, still with the wonderful story here at Temple Trees, which is the presidential offices, and we are here with the Commonwealth Games bid 2018 for Hambantota. Stood next to me, I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to introduce him. He's part of Fastag and PMP legacy here supporting Sri Lanka. Mr. Peter Pascoe. So I need to shake your hand in the process because that is a gold. Did you say gold, silver
and bronze medalist in the Commonwealth Games, Olympic silver medalist, and 2 gold medals in the European Championships.
What? Do I need to say anything else? I mean, you know, what do you say? I mean, I should let him speak and I should just get off screen. Here he is now helping with Sri Lanka and that Commonwealth Games bid. Tell me how on earth, here you are in England, now here in Sri Lanka. How did it come about?
Well, I've always been a huge supporter of the Commonwealth Games, and through this company and my previous company, I've also been able to help the bid for from Kuala Lumpur and for Glasgow and for a number of other cities who've bid successfully, I have to say, for the Commonwealth Games. I was also vice chairman of the London 2012 bid with Seb Coe, with Lord Sebastian Coe. So I have a bit of experience in helping people to structure their bids and pull those together. And I'm a very, very big believer in the Commonwealth Games and what it can do for a nation. This is why this is so exciting.
Coming down to Sri Lanka, you talk about the experience that you bring to the table. It's vast, it's not small. I mean, you know, it's just one of those things that we can probably document that more than anything else. But belief in a country like Sri Lanka, given the history, you know what it's been like. You've seen the whole story. Kuala Lumpur is very different, Sri Lanka very different. How do you see the whole thing coming to the core of it here in Sri Lanka?
Well, I think the fact that Sri Lanka has come out of a slightly troubled past and now is a peaceful country, and this is the great chance that the country has now to really put itself on the world scene. There's huge talent here amongst the workforce. It's a very beautiful country. It has wonderful beaches, great tourism. And the really exciting thing about this is that the bid is based around a new sports city, a brand new sports city which will be built from scratch. So we can utilise all of the learnings from all of the recent Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, and bring them all here to Hambantota and to Sri Lanka. And that will be of great appeal to the voting members, because this is a young country that will only become the 9th country to host the Commonwealth Games, and it's about time that countries outside of South Africa and Australia and New Zealand, Canada and the UK actually host the Games, because if you take the UK as one, then that number of 8 comes down to about 4, I think. So very, very few big countries outside of the big Commonwealth countries have had the benefit of the Games. Now it's moving around and it's coming to countries that are developing and bringing new and exciting cultures. We've seen the cultural launch here today, fantastic. And I think the world of sport is ready for it.
Well, I was going to say that. You talk about the powerhouses, traditional powerhouses that control the games for many, many years. Sri Lanka now, as you said, perhaps the flagship for 71 nations to stand up and say, look, we can do something if we actually put our mind to it. For you, being here in Sri Lanka, have you been to Hambantota? Have you seen a little bit on, at least on the map and the periphery of it? Because it promises to be, as you said, perhaps the most perfect blueprint for a sports city.
It'll be a tremendous blueprint for a sports city. Facilities that will be able to be used not just for the Commonwealth Games, but for the World Championships and events, for the Asian Championships, the South Asian Championships, for international matches. A huge, huge opportunity for this nation, but also for the world of sport to have a new venue which is purpose-built, has a village on site, has media facilities on site, and has lots of talented young people from the university that will be there, who will be the volunteers who will welcome the world to this country and to the city of Hambantota.
Magical stories, because I think maybe 3 years ago we wouldn't have even dared to dream that this would have been possible. Now here you are, the heavyweights down in Sri Lanka, looking at co-supporting this wonderful bid. The president of the country standing up, his young son Nama Rajapaksa also very much the architect.
I was just talking to him there. Absolutely, he's very excited about
exactly.
it.
Now when you see all of that, when you see the excitement and the passion that Sri Lanka is driving at, do you feel a little bit, and do you feel that this is really what needs to be done? Do you feel that we have the wherewithal? Do you think that this can be possible?
Sport is a great way of bringing a country to the world's attention. It's happened in so many other countries before, and this is such a vibrant country, and I think the two going together, the timing's absolutely right. And you know, you say that the talk about the powerhouses of the Commonwealth Games. There are, of the 70 voting members, around 70, it varies slightly, 40 of them are islands. And here is a chance for an island to say, this is what you can do, we can do it, we can win it.
Brilliant. I'm going to say, look, I understand that it's right from the heart, and that's what we're talking about. Sri Lanka's heart is very much the island heart. It beats the warm sunshine and the culture. We have 2,500 years of history, and this is our new history. How do you feel? How do you feel being a small part of that magical
I've
story?
loved being here. I've loved being part of that. And this afternoon I went to a girls' sports day and watched some young athletes, despite the fact that it was raining quite hard, really loving every moment of it and thinking those talented young people will absolutely be there in 2018. They will be old enough then to be representing this new young country in its brave new future. It'll be wonderful.
Now you, Alan Pascoe, medals galore, a huge amount of commitment, massive sacrifice. Tell me a little bit, because I think the world wants to know. Here you are, stood very well dressed in your number ones, but very much the athlete, very much the athlete, about how many years of hard work and commitment and graft went in to winning those medals. I think that's valid to tell the people of my country how it feels to work hard and how it feels for it to come good.
I started when I was about 15. I'd always been interested. I actually wanted to be a wicketkeeper. But I
Thank
was
goodness
also,
you're not then.
But I also started running. And then when I was 15, I got involved and I started hurdling. And from that moment on, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And every time as I got older, the hurdles got higher and further apart. So I got better and better. And then I was a full international at 19. But between about 17 and 19, I was training every day, and during the winter sometimes doing 2 training sessions a day. And I then, once I got into the international team, I was there for 11 years non-stop. And all of that involved training on the track, training in the gym, traveling around the world and having a wonderful time. But it's very, very hard work. You've got to make the commitment. But you make the commitment and it's just wonderful because you can enjoy it.
So, thank you.
My pleasure.
And absolute pleasure having
very,
you here.
very good luck and very good luck to the Hambantota bid.
Thank you very much indeed. Mr. Alan Pascoe, legend, absolute legend. Wonderful to have him here. Wonderful to talk about his experiences and how much he believes in Sri Lanka going forward. Commonwealth Games bid Hambantota 2018 is starting to take shape. It's the world for us here in Sri Lanka.